I'm a big fan of ingredients from across the globe, really. So what we do here is try and basically recreate everyday cooking with a bit of a twist. I mean, people think of wasabi and they think sushi, really, don't they? Or that kind of thing. Whereas for us, we're just as likely, as I said, to put it in a dessert. So, and we're also big fans of British ingredients, and it's quite a recent thing that you've been able to buy fresh wasabi grown in the UK.
Watch your step, it's quite... Wasabi in the wild is grown in mountainous streams with overhanging trees. It's very sort of dark and cool growing conditions. But what we were very conscious of doing, we didn't learn how the Japanese grew it and then imported that here. We learned how to grow wasabi in England. That was very, very important.
Usually you would have had to have it imported from Japan, which is obviously quite expensive, and also, you know, you have to consider where your food's coming from these days, and so it all kind of fits into our doing what we can to be a sustainable, you know, thoughtful, considerate restaurant.
So here you've got, this is the main rhizome, that's the swollen plant stem. So basically the plant starts off, the leaves are fairly mild, there's a slight wasabi taste to them and they're a little bit brassicary. The stems are quite crunchy and sweet, slight heat to them, and then as you move down into the rhizome itself, that's where the main heat is. The majority of the heat's in there, and this is the bit you grate. And then under here, these are actually the roots, the true roots themselves. These are they're very, very hot, but they're also quite bitter. So the Japanese use them in pickles. So every part of the plant is completely edible. Chefs are now telling us how they use the wasabi, and it's not just the rhizome, so not just the bit that you grate for the paste. They're actually using the leaves, they're using the stems, they're doing all sorts of exciting things with them.
At the moment we've got it on the menu, we're using all of the wasabi plant, in fact. So we use the leaf and the stem and the root, and they all have quite different flavours. So the leaf is quite mild, and we're using that to wrap mozzarella, which we then bake in the oven. And then we're using the stem diced up in the salsa that goes on top. It's
the same with watercress. When you chew watercress or when you grate wasabi, what you're doing is breaking the plant cells and you're mixing two compounds and become ITCs that give it the pepperiness, the taste, but it's basically the plant's defense mechanism. And this is what's so healthy in wasabi and watercress.
With wasabi, the way that the heat affects your palate, it's not like a chili which sort of goes on burning forever, you know, it has like a really massive impact in the back of your nose, and then it dies away and just sort of becomes more mild. So it's actually a really nice, lush kind of flavour. Yeah, not too offensive. Gives you a little bit of a ooh, and then it's